We're back. We're finally back for another episode of Takeezy TV. That's right, guys. You heard them. We're back. Listen, I know it's been a while, okay? A lot of stuff going back on. Keys opened up June 1st. Been back to work in full swing. July's here. We're finally slowing down here a little bit. So guess what? I'm getting back to videos for you guys. And you know what? It's been worth the wait waiting for me to get back on the tube. Because you know what? We're doing the video all you guys have been waiting for. That's right, the new boat is here. So we're gonna be showing you guys the new boat today, right now. All right, so let's go ahead, waste no time. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. But I don't know if you can see this right over here. I'm gonna pan away for a second. That'd be the console. We're gonna save that, the best for last. So let's go ahead and work our way up front and we'll go ahead and start with this. I'm gonna try to do this as best as I can for you guys. We have a lot to cover. I hope I don't cram it in too much of a video, but I really got to show you all these little things that the rigger did. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and start with this. Up front, we've got 4 rod holders, 4 cup holders, trolling motor, pitch wells, anchor locker, speakers. As you can see, these are all matching. Every rod holder's got a cup holder. You got cup holder, rod holder, cup holder, rod holder, rod holder, cup holder, rod holder, cup holder. They're both perfectly matched on each side in between the 2 pitch wells. You've got your Minn Kota Ulterra, 72 inch, 36 volt, 112 pounds of thrust, baby. This thing will actually move it quite well. 2.8, oh, 3, come on. We're gonna hit 3. 3 miles an hour with a trolling motor, look at that. It's the Ulterra, so it's self-deploy. This thing's super awesome, goes right in the water by itself, all use off the remote. The Minn Kota is wired, and that will run in between my combing bolsters, but it is wired up underneath there with the battery tender plug. I like that. It's nice and super sealed way up there. Water can't get to it. Also, you've got a horn in the middle, and then you've got my battery charger. That's where I plug my extension cord in to charge all 5 batteries that are in the console. In the forward bulkhead, we have 2 JL Audio 8.8, the M series. There's 6 of those total on the boat. Panning up front, let's check out this anchor locker. As you can see, I drilled some little holes right there so the water would run through. But up front, you just got my rock anchor. That thing's got 50 feet of rope tied to it with a nice long chain and a ball at the end. And then there's another 200 feet of rope down there that I can hook onto if I'm real deep. So as you can see, looking back into the anchor locker, you got 2 speakers coming through. You've got my horn. You've got the bus bars. It's all very nice and clean in here. Very nice and clean. You did a really good job. All right, so now that we've worked off the very front of the boat, let's go ahead and move back. I've decided that I'm not gonna do anything with the coffin box. I'm not even gonna use it for fish. I'm just gonna use it for storage, and then I'll put a nice big cooler on top of it for the fish, baby. So also up front, you have the 2 pitch wells. They're about 3 gallons a piece. I'll show you how you plumb these. If you look up in there, you can see he put a spigot for the water to come in. That right there is your overflow. And then that one down there is your drain. So that's the one you plug when you want to fill it. He also put an LED light in. These are both matching on both sides, so both these pitch wells light up at night. It looks super cool. And then off of that spigot, it's got a valve where I can just shut these off so no water's coming in, or control the flow on how much water's coming in. Same thing for the other side. These hatches, not much to them. This hatch over here, nothing's done. It's got that storage. I got my sand anchor. I've got my ropes. Just some more storage. This over here is also more storage. This boat's got plenty of storage. But as you can see where that right there, that hose is for the overflow for the forward live well, and that comes right out the side of the boat. So that hatch is still empty, and the other identical hatch I use for storage. You got the 50-gallon live well in the deck. And as you can see, which I really like, for all the overflows, he put a custom-made strainer on there. So that way, all the big stuff can go right through, but the 2 biggest stuff will get stuck on the strainer I can clear out. Nice matching seafoam green on the inside. You got your plug down there. Let's go ahead and plug that in now. That way we can go ahead and pull our pinfish trap later. We'll show you that thing running. All right, walking to the back, On both sides, you've got your electric reel plugs tucked up and away there. I had to take the lids off them because they wouldn't fit. There's so much hose running up underneath there for the pitch wells. You can see how clean it is up underneath there. So you got your console. We're gonna open that in a minute. Let's go ahead and move to the back. I've got a 15 degrees pointing straight out for your kite reels, deep drop rods, another cup holder, another 15 degrees off to an angle with another cup holder. Then you got 30 degrees pointing straight back, another 30 degrees pointing straight back, and then 3 zeros pointing straight up in the back. So both sides of these are perfectly matching. 3 zeros, a 30, 15, and another 15 with all your cup holders. Digging into the live well back here, you can see I got 2 overflows. So on this side, I've got the overflow with a strainer on it. And I got the intake, which you can control, that sure flow valve. You control how much water comes in here. And I got another overflow on this side. So that way, when you're standing on either side of the boat and the boat's leaning, the water doesn't just flow over one side. It will go out that one, or if the boat's leaning this way, it will go out that one. Also got 2 LED lights at the bottom in there. Lights up. Very nice. That hatch, just more storage. Got my cast nets in there. Dip net, chum net. More storage. Same with over here. Did nothing over here, just more storage. And then, now I'm a big bilge guy. So this right here, oh yeah, that right there, this is pretty. Check this out. So we got 2 Betts boxes, one for the pitch wells, one for the aft well. And then you got another one over there for the deck well, which was my portable well, and the forward well. You got 2 industrial size strainers running to 2 through holes, 2 bilge pumps, saltwater wash down. Look how clean all that rigging is. Extra clean. Fuel filter back there. All my through holes and seacocks. This boat came out super clean. Look how nice that is. Got my saltwater wash down, which also runs off the Betts box. Comes out that spigot right there. Then I got a matching spigot over there, except for that one's for your portable deck well. When you want to bring that 100 gallon, your bait fishing, 50 gallon, whatever, I can now hold more bait. You got 2 more JL Audio 8.8s in the back. You got your big old floor drains right there on either side. And both those floor drains run straight out the back through holes. All the plumbing, the live well drains, the live well overflow, all run through the bottom of the boat. All right, so now that we showed you inside every single little hatch and we showed you the plumbing and the live wells and the trolling motor, let's talk about the real thing that matters, the comfort. All right, listen, we make a lot of long runs down here. It's an hour into the park. I mean, you go 20 miles offshore to go catch mahi. You're doing a lot of running. I do this every day. I want to be comfortable. So that's where this little bad boy right here, that's where she comes into play. This thing is the greatest thing I've ever sat on. I got it from Welding World in Miami. Got the LeBrock seats. As you can see, there's an indentation there if you want to stand and lean. But for when you're about to make a long run, you can go ahead and plop that down, fold the armrests, throw your kickstand down, just like that. You're riding in style. You got the grab rails on the side, and in the back, you got 5 rod holders and 4 cup holders with another grab rail right here. But the best part about this thing right here is the storage underneath of it. You got 2 boxes. On the left box, you got 6 plano boxes. Put all your tackle in. And on the right side, you got tool storage. Your leader, your de-hooker, your pliers. And this right here is very dry. I've tested this thing, it's dry, trust me. Underneath there, I got my caddy can, trash can, and then I got another trash can right there. You can still fit a 65 quart cooler underneath that, but I'm waiting until I get a cooler slide so I can slide it out and still keep the buckets underneath of it. But that right there is one of the best features on this boat as far as comfortability. And that leads right into the console. As you can see, we have the 2 speakers down low. I've got my steering wheel centered off to the left for when I'm sitting in the leaning post. Got my key switch with my trim tabs right above it. And then my throttle right there. Switch panel right above it. You got your nav light, anchor light, the panel lights, the whole panel lights up. You got gunnel lights, underwater lights. You got all the live wells lights up, the pitch wells light up. I even got a few switches in here for when, if I get a tower, all your live well switches, your wash down. I got 2 bilges. You even got a little horn, just like that. And then the real working station, you got 2 Simrad NSS12 Evo 3s. You got them stacked. I like to leave this one always on the bottom finder and this one on your navigation. That way you're not having to split your screen all the time or look across. You just look straight up and down. It's perfectly in line. Then you got all of these. You got the JLMM50 head unit, your Yamaha tack, your Simrad VHF hung up real nice and clean here. And then you got yourself a little Ritchie compass, and that even lights up. The whole boat lights up. Very sleek, compact, tournament style console. This is quite the working station. I even got room on the sides if I want to wind up putting rod holders down there. I still don't know if I'm gonna do a tower. If I don't do a tower, put rod holders, but I'm leaving that space open right now until I decide what I'm gonna do. Obviously, I still have stuff to do to this boat. Probably put a windshield up front, put some sea deck down. That will really finish off the console, but right now we're just gonna ride it as is. It fishes, we're good to go. Nice big console door. Oh, let's take our time here. We're gonna oh, look at that. Would you look at that? So he built, the rigger himself, built this fiberglass wall, and there's actually a shelf that goes underneath that. You got your 24-hour panel tied into the wall with all your breakers and switches, your main battery switch. I like this. If I run out of batteries sitting at the lighthouse playing music, I can turn this to combine batteries and get my juice back to get the engine fired up. I got my RGB control for the lighting for when it comes to the speakers and the underwater lights up there. He even put in a little console light way up there as well. Turn that bad boy on if you're ever in there in the morning. 24-hour panel, and this right here, this is the money maker right here, baby. He custom built this storage box. This is the driest part on the boat. You open this thing up, gotta have the jack links in there. But look how big this thing is. I mean, all your phones, wallets, keys, jack links, beef jerky. It's got 2 phone chargers in there. That's a 12 volt, and then those things, that right there, that's 2 USB ports. Got my Minn Kota remote. And then that right there, that's just tied into the VHF because I wasn't sure if I was gonna do a tower or not. I didn't want a big antenna sticking up. So the little time I do spend offshore, when I do go offshore, what I can do is just come out here, bam, we got reception. And just close the console door right up. Sticking up, boom, we got reception. That storage box is not something a lot of boats have. I like it because there's no dry spots really on a boat, but this thing, I mean, this is the bone dry spot right here. So down below the storage box, as you can see, you got 5 batteries in this boat total. 3 for the trolling motor, deep cycle, 2 starting batteries in the back. You got 2 battery chargers because there's so many batteries, but you got 1 plug, and that would be the plug up front. You got all the storage around it. As you can see, you can take all your sun shields and boom, put them right up into there. I had them lay down this dry deck that I got from West Marine. That way any moisture or water that does come into the console, it's below the dry deck and it stays nice and dry. Something that he also did is this boat, because of the console door, has no way to not let water in here. If he didn't put this in, water be getting in. So he custom made this rail at a starboard. And let me tell you something, this console's dry. I spray water when I'm washing off the deck right at it. I've tested this thing out. It's dry. This console's completely dry. I mean, you gotta love that. And you still got plenty of storage for your safety box. Got my little cooler that's just holding goodies in there. Little fillet knife, little chamois. Oh, gotta have your sub safe, you know. Don't want soggy subs. Fire extinguishers laying back there. Look how clean this guy came out, guys. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. One thing we haven't talked about is an anchor light. Check this thing out. Ugh, bingo bada boom. Since I was in cahoots about whether I was gonna do a tower or not, he made me this little thing. Obviously it's meant for a mount, but check this out, right? For the few times that I do run at night, go ahead and throw it right in there. And you got your plug right there. Then you got your other plug right there. So just go ahead and plug those two things in just like that, and boom, you got yourself an anchor light. All right, so now that we've gone over most of the boat, let's dive into one of the most important tools on the boat. A boat is only as good as its engine. And this year, I was fortunate enough to get an invitation to join the Yamaha National Fishing Team. So I'm full-blown Yamaha now. I've always been a Yamaha guy, now that's official. Can't thank you guys enough for inviting me on your team. You guys definitely make the best motors out there. I've always been a Yamaha guy, definitely #1 on the water, and look how sexy this thing is. .300 horsepower, V6, 4.2 liter. She purrs, but she got the power. We're at that time. Let's turn a key. Fired right up. All right, so I've had this boat for about a week and a half now. I know a lot of you guys were asking, where's the new boat at? Listen, I was just excited as you were. It took a long time, COVID and everything made the process a little bit longer, but the boat's finally here. I've only had the boat for a week and a half, and obviously as soon as I got it, I've still been working every day. So I've been breaking it in here and there, just getting used to it. It's got little kinks you gotta fix out. Any custom build is gonna have problems here and there. Slowly working into it, taking it for a ride. Took it mahi fishing 2 days. I've been bait fishing it now. Everything's checking out good. I got a little bit of a punch list that I need to take care of, but listen, I just got the boat. So as soon as I got it, I want to do a video for you guys. So the boat is finally here. I've ran it. I've gotten some what I think are some sweet numbers as far as fuel efficiency goes with this 300 horsepower on the back, and this boat's got 5 batteries, trolling motor. I mean, this boat's loaded, but it is very, very fuel efficient, and she runs really, really good with this Yamaha 300. It jumps up on plane like that. The trim tabs help it out tremendously. I've been on this exact boat without trim tabs. It jumps up on plane fine, but this thing with the trim tabs, I mean, it just goes. I mean, you gotta have trim tabs on these boats, there's no doubt about it. She jumps right up on plane. I've put the hammer down on her, topped out, full speed, trimmed up. I've gotten her 51, but that was after a long day. She was nice and warmed up. She was ready to rock. It was one person, super light load. I've seen 51 out of her with the 300 on the back. It's a 19x16 prop, pretty good size prop, 3-blade. I'm probably gonna need a 4-blade during tarpon season to get a little more bite when you're going around the bridges. But other than that, she's here. Thank God, running my first trip on her here in a couple days. I think I got her all squared up and ready to go. Still got a lot to do. I still gotta do combing bolsters on the side, get a little windshield, fix a few little things here and there. Besides that, I mean, it's here, finally. Been waiting for this day for a long time. I worked really hard for this. It's finally here. What can I say? Let's take her for a run. All right, so as you can see, running at 4,100 RPMs, I think all Yamaha 300s, from my experience, run better in the 4 grand range. I don't like to run it anything less than 4,000 unless you have to because it's rough. So keep around 4,000, 4,100. I mean, we are doing 35 miles an hour, burning 2.8 miles per gallon. That's pretty damn good. I feel like that's the sweet spot for the engine right there. Gotta love it. Let's go ahead and take this for a run. We're gonna take her out to the lighthouse here. Caroline's a little upset. She's always grouchy, that's okay, but you know why? Because she just got her hair done. She looks absolutely beautiful.
Not anymore, it's ruined.
It's ruined now from the wind, but she wanted to come on the boat like a good champ. So let's run out to the lighthouse.